Okay, I have an Excel worksheet here that has many rows of data, 136 to be precise. And although that's not a lot in Excel terms, it's enough so that when I start to scroll down through here and get towards the bottom of this worksheet, I may forget. It may be kind of hard, especially because all of these are similar numbers, to remember what are the figures in this column. And then I have to scroll back up and say, oh, okay, that's this header. Wouldn't it be great if I could freeze that header row in place so that no matter how far down the page I scroll, I would always have this at the top? Well, I can do that. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at freeze panes. We are going to go to our View tab on our ribbon, and you will see right here we have freeze panes. Let's select the drop down here because we have several options. We're going to go ahead and start with Freeze Top Row. And that does exactly what it says it does. It freezes the top row of our document. And that's great if your header row is the top row, but it's not in our example, so that isn't going to help us a whole lot, is it? So we'll go back up here and we will choose Unfreeze Panes. What we want to do is we want to freeze this row, row 6. So what we need to do is select the row below it, row 7. And we'll go back to our freeze panes, and this time we will choose freeze panes, not freeze top row. We'll select freeze panes, and notice that we have this thin line here. It goes all the way across. We have that thin little line. That lets me know that that is the frozen row. And as I scroll down now, it keeps my header row in place, and even all the way down to the last row, I can always tell what my headers are. Pretty good, huh? Let's go ahead and let's unfreeze that. Now you're probably asking, hey, can I freeze the first column, or can I freeze somewhere in the columns? Why, sure I can. We'll go back to my freeze pane, and you'll see I can freeze first columns. And there's my little line again. And if I go ahead and start to scroll this way, you'll see that it keeps that first column here visible. Let's go ahead and let's unfreeze that. Because what if I don't want to freeze the first column, but I want to freeze it at the third column? Well, just like when I froze this row 6, I had to select the row below it. If I want to go ahead and freeze column C, I have to select column D, the row to the right or in front of the column I want to freeze. So let's go here and choose freeze panes. And see that? I've got my little thin black line. And now when I start to scroll over, see that? I'm frozen here. And let's unfreeze that. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey Bill, can I go ahead and freeze a column and a row at the same time? You sure can. Make sure nothing is frozen. Unfreeze all your panes. And I want to select, let's say I want to freeze it at row 6 and column B. I need to select a single cell right at the intersection where those meet. And just like before, the row below, the column in front of. So I'm going to select C7, and that's going to freeze me here at column B and row 6. Let's go to freeze panes and freeze panes, and see there we've got it frozen in both directions. And let's go ahead and let's unfreeze the panes, and we're back to where we started. And that's all for freeze panes. Thanks. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. For more great Microsoft Office tutorials, subscribe to TrainSignal's YouTube channel, TrainSignal Office, or you can visit www.trainsignal.com for more information regarding our complete Microsoft Office training library.